Here we are, man. I see you coming down the hill, and I'm famous for getting in hikers' ways.
Yeah.
You guys definitely look like through hikers, and you were just telling me you are. And
yeah.
So when did you start?
Actually, we both started June 23rd.
Met up on Katahdin.
Met on Katahdin and hiked pretty much all the way except for Vermont.
Okay, so you didn't start together. You just kind of met and been hiking since.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. So. How was the weather initially? Did you run into any snow up there when you left out?
No snow.
The weather in Maine was actually beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like 75, 80 during the day.
Okay.
And like 70s at night.
Yeah,
it's pretty
nice.
ideal.
We hit some, like around the Bigelows, we hit some serious rain, kind of like this.
The Maine rain.
And it was
the Maine rain,
it was
yeah.
kind of miserable.
No rain, no pain, no Maine.
There you go.
It's been better until the last couple days.
All right, so give me your trail name.
I'm Goldilocks.
How'd you get it? There you go. There's always a story behind it. That's an easy answer.
Yeah.
How about you, fella?
I'm top 3. We play a lot of like top 3 categories, like top 3 favorite foods, top 3 favorite movies, that stuff. So
It's usually top 3 cravings for when you get into town.
Top 3 cravings.
So run into any bears or have any problems with animals or anything?
Yeah, we've seen some bears. Actually, our last day in Shenandoah, a bear, kind of a persistent bear, started charging us
Wow.
while we were eating lunch.
Yeah. So we packed up and got out of there.
All right.
Yeah.
So where do you call home when you're not on the trail?
I'm from DC.
Okay.
I'm from South Carolina.
All right.
So I'm
Yeah.
moving in the right direction.
We're from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay, nice.
Then we have a group down there of 4 to 5 people that hike, and today it's just Suzanne and I.
Nice.
So here comes the big question. Why? Man, why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles?
Can't drive stuff like this.
That's a good answer. It's the first one I've heard, but you're absolutely right. You don't see this unless you hike it.
Yeah. I just didn't want to not do it. Didn't want to miss the opportunity to do it while I'm young and healthy, I suppose.
So when do you think you're going to make Springer? When you think you'll wrap it up? Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, your weather'll still be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't hold you up anymore. I thank you for your time and Godspeed in your travels. Mojo?
Yes.
Okay, so how'd you get it?
I got it when I was like 13 years old.
Oh, okay, so you've had
By
that for a
my
while.
uncle. Yeah, it wasn't on the trail, but my uncle basically, he just kind of looked at me and said, like, your nickname's gonna be Mojo, and then it just kind of stuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you from when you're not hiking?
I guess Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale? It's a good place to be up here. You think you got rain?
Florida.
Okay, so why? Why 2,000 some odd miles?
I really wanted to figure out some life stuff, plus I really wanted a physical challenge, so
All
I
right.
definitely got one.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, man.
Howdy.
Trail name.
Speedo.
Okay, oh no. Speedos?
Yes, I have not worn a Speedo yet. That's coming out for Halloween, I think, though.
Okay.
His folks run a blog for us, and we've been best friends for a long while. And his dad gave me the nickname Speedo because I'm not fast at all.
Okay. Kind of a oxymoron then?
Yeah, it fit better than Turtle, I guess.
Okay.
But, anything else? Like
Where are you from?
Kentucky.
All right, I'm from Henderson, Kentucky, western part of the state. Yeah.
Hey, we're from Elizabethtown.
Okay,
South
no,
of
well, yeah. Imagine that, yeah. I'll be heading there in December again. I got a dad in a veterans home and an aunt and a couple of 3 cousins left there.
Cool.
Okay,
Hey.
you're tall. Yeah, you're standing up. Okay.
I'm not standing up.
All right, let's hear it. What's your trail name?
I'm Nemo.
Nemo? How'd you get it?
Me and him worked at a Boy Scout camp years and years ago, and they needed to give me a nickname, and nobody knew anything about me, so they went with Nemo for nobody.
All right, that's interesting. So were you in Scouts for a while?
Yeah.
How far'd you go?
Me and him are both Eagle Scouts.
Excellent.
We were in for our whole childhood.
We were troop leaders. She was the secretary and kept the money.
Oh, cool.
We hiked together. My son's an Eagle, her son's an Eagle. My son's 22 now, and her son's, what, 25? Yeah, down in Wilmington, North Carolina is where we live.
Oh, cool.
So, did you tell me where you're from?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay.
Me and him grew up together.
All righty. All right, man. How about you? Trail name.
My trail name is Midwest.
All right.
And I got it because people were making jokes. My name is Wes, and I'm from the Midwest, so people were kind of making jokes. A Northbounder was specifically about my name and everything, just saying like, oh, well, we should call you Wild Wild West, or we should call you this. And eventually, it settled with Midwest, since I'm from the Midwest.
Okay.
So.
Where? Indiana or?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City. That's a little further. That's more mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you want to hike this distance?
I think at this point, I want to outdo my ancestor Peter Freuchen. He's known as the most interesting man in the world, according to these stuff.
Okay.
And I got to be able to outdo him, and so I got to keep doing crazy adventures and stuff till I can one up him. So.
Anybody else? Good. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. Godspeed in your travels, man. Be safe. That'll wake you up. Morning.
Morning.
You look like a guy I just saw on the other side of the river down there that was washed out. What'd you do? Jump in your car and come on around?
Yeah, this is easier for you across.
You were telling me that you're with the Roanoke Appalachian Trail Club.
That's right.
Yeah, what's your name?
Joe Webb.
Jim Webb, and we were talking about the Witchers, which you know, and they had shuttled Suzanne and I. So what are you doing today? You were surveying that bridge,
Yeah, measuring.
so it washed out. When that happened?
Last week, I believe it was, well, last weekend. Probably about 7 or 8 days
Yeah.
ago.
If we'd have waited a half a day, we probably wouldn't have got wet after water ran down a
Water's
little bit.
going down, yeah.
Yeah, we're on a schedule as section hikers. How many years of service on trail maintenance do you have?
Well, I've only been working for the club for about 4 years.
Still commendable. Everybody that hikes out here appreciates all the hard work you guys do. So what do you think about the bridge? Are you going to have to redo it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a total loss.
All righty. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks again for your service.
Okay, no
All
problem.
right, be safe. Morning.
How you doing?
Good. I'm just telling me, Katahdin southbounder.
Yep.
When'd you leave?
June 17th.
June 17th. How was the weather?
It was great. Perfect windless sunny morning on Katahdin. Came up from the opposite side from Chimney Pond and hit the northern terminus and started hiking south.
What's been the most difficult section so far?
Southern Maine. The
Yeah,
Mahoosic,
that's what I usually hear.
Notch, Mahoosic Arm. But it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
the most beautiful part. So.
You got some nice stuff ahead of you down around Damascus and Lake Watauga and all that.
Yeah.
What's your trail name?
Big Face with a B. Bigface.
Okay, how'd you get that?
I sleep so heavy that I sleep face down sometimes and breathe on my face all night long and wake up with a big swollen face.
All right, Big Face.
But,
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
like to tell people it's because I smile all the time.
Yeah. Where do you call home when you're not on the trail?
Born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and currently living in Boston.
All right. What do you do outside of the hiking? I mean, you a student or?
Outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Work full time and mountain biking, skiing,
Yeah, nice.
hiking on the weekends. But great opportunity to hike outside for 5 months. So.
How'd you get this amount of time? Did you have to quit a job? Or?
I did quit a job.
Yeah, that's a common theme.
Yeah. So I'll be back looking for a job in November, and back to normal life. But for now, it's the trail is my home.
That's great. Were you in the rain the last 2 days?
Sure was.
Okay, yeah, we were too. We're section. All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Godspeed in your travels, man. Thank you.
All right.
righty. Got 3 of you stopped here. So, all of you Katahdin southbounders?
Yes.
Yes.
Start up there, no flip-flop action or anything like that?
Started up at
Just
Katahdin.
Okay. What's your trail name?
Gumby Bear.
Gumby Bear. How'd you get it?
Flexible, and I eat gummy bears a lot.
Okay. And how about you?
Creature,
Creature. How'd you get it?
because I am one.
You're a creature. Creature of the planet? How about you?
Sailor Moon.
Okay. So, how do you get this much time to hike?
Oh, I quit my job
Okay.
and let go of my lease for my apartment.
There you go. So
Stay
you're out here.
Yeah.
When do you guys think you're going to get to Georgia?
Probably
What do you think?
mid-November.
Yeah.
At least by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Before Thanksgiving.
before
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah, you got some nice stuff coming up around Damascus and, of course, the Smokies. So here's the big question. Why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles? I mean, what drives you? What's motivating you to do that?
I guess I've always wanted to do it. It's something I've wanted to do since I heard about the Appalachian Trail, and it was finally just the point in my life where I could take time off, and I had enough money. So
Okay, well, that sounds like a good reason.
yeah, I love living outside. So.
Yeah, get it over with while you're younger. Okay, and you?
What was the drive?
Sun's right in your face.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, that's a little better. I was just wondering, how'd you get so much time off?
I just graduated college,
Okay.
and I didn't want to jump straight into the 9-to-5 work life
Yes,
for the next 40
good time to do
years.
it.
Yeah,
Where'd you go to school?
Michigan State.
Oh, wow. Where are you from when you're not at Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys just kind of
Met up.
We all
met
met
up
on
and
trail.
been hiking for how long now together?
Together?
Almost a month.
Over a month.
Nice. Yeah.
It's a very
It's been a long time.
since Pennsylvania.
So, I mean, other than being out of school, I mean, is there any other really big motivating factors? I mean, why do you want to hike the
Well, I think
2,000 something miles?
Gumby Bear who said there's more than one way to live a life, and I wanted to explore a different option, because when you graduate college, it's a fork in the road. Well, there's many forks.
Yeah.
I wanted to explore a little bit more non-traditional lifestyle for a bit, I suppose.
Alrighty. Well, I don't know if you guys heard, there's a bridge washed out up there, but it was only knee high, a little shorter this morning, but by the time you get down there, maybe the flow will be on down. All right, guys, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Godspeed in your travel. Morning.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. We were just chatting. You're southbound from Katahdin.
Yep.
When'd you leave?
The 29th of May, but I had to take some time off after the whites. I had some knee problems.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but back out here, feeling good.
Nice. What's been the most difficult section so far?
I mean, southern Maine, probably.
Yeah.
The rocks in Pennsylvania hurt a lot, so, that's hard, but elevation-wise, it's not bad at all.
Okay. You see any bears or have any animal problems?
No real animal problems. I saw 4 bears my first day in Jersey, and I saw 1 bear in Shenandoah, so they're out there, but...
I walked right under one just off the trail yesterday. Suzanne said, "Do you even see it?" I said, "I didn't see it." What's your trail name?
Piece by piece.
Okay, how'd you get it?
I had fractured my finger the day before going through the Mahoosic Notch in Maine, which is one of the hardest or funnest miles. So I had my wrist brace and my knee brace and my finger taped together, and this guy asked me my name, and I was telling him my first trail, and he said, no, man, they should just call you Piece by Piece, because it's
Okay.
fucking you up piece by piece.
There you go.
So,
There's always a story behind it. Most of them
Yeah.
are very interesting. Where do you call home when you're not on the trail?
Durham, North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, we're from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Awesome.
Yeah, here's a big question, as I like to say.
Okay.
Why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles? I mean, what's driving you, man? What's the motivation there?
I mean, it's the challenge. It's the beast. I came out here to truly through hike and not really to find myself or anything like that, although that comes with the territory. But just to, say I've been able to do it. It's such a big, rigorous challenge, and it's something I've wanted to do most of my life. So, finally out here and doing it.
Do you have a favorite trail meal that you concoct yourself? Something other than a Mountain House bag?
Yeah, I do. I'll have granola in the morning with freeze-dried berries and nuts, and then coconut milk, powdered coconut milk.
Oh, that sounds good. I should try
it's
that.
Like it's like real breakfast. It tastes pretty great.
I use the Nido whole milk, dried milk, but I didn't think of
regular milk too. Sometimes.
I didn't think about the coconut though. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I won't hold you up any longer, man. Godspeed in your travels. Be safe.
Thanks.
And
Awesome.
take it easy. Good luck to you. All right, guys. How you doing?
Doing well.
I was just chatting with you. You were telling me you guys are Katahdin southbounders.
That's right.
All the way? No flip-flop or nothing?
All the way.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
Well, fill me in. When did you start?
June 10th.
June the 10th. All righty. You're making some time. What time in June is that? Did you run into any snow?
There was some snow in the Mahoosic Notch, and there was ice on the peak of Katahdin that day. But
how early can you get out of there? I mean, is it May or June? Is it earliest,
whenever they open Katahdin.
Oh, okay. So that's what I've heard. Yeah. And again, where are you from? Where's your home? Georgia. What's your trail name?
I'm Tiptoe.
Tiptoe.
Blunder.
All right. How'd you get it, Tiptoe?
Because I'm very cautious and very hesitant in the beginning of my so I earned Tiptoe because I tiptoed down the trail.
All right, and give me yours again.
I'm Blunder because I'm the opposite. I kind of trip and fall around a little bit.
Okay. All right. Here comes the big question. Like I say, you're probably going to know what it is why do you want to hike 2,100 miles? I mean, what's driving you? What's motivating you? What's behind it?
I think she's wanted to do it for a long time.
Yeah. My sister went to college near Mount Springer, and she's 7 years older than me. We used to hike all the time around there, and I just thought, wow, that's something big. That's something real.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's great that you can do that. How did you find so much time? Were you in between like college or jobs? That's the theme.
I taught for 5 years. I wanted to break from it.
All right.
On an adventure.
So you guys come up from the shelter and the pig farm?
Yeah.
Is it really warm down there?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'll let you get on your way. McAfee's right around the corner.
Great.
All right. Godspeed in your travels. Be safe.
Okay.
Bye. Morning.
Morning.
All right, well, we're just chatting. You were telling me you're a Katahdin southbounder.
Yes, sir.
You're all warmed up, ready to go this morning. I've got everything on. I've got it here. It was chilly last night.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? 45?
I'm just running to warm up, you know. Got the t-shirt on. I'm good to go, man.
All right, where'd you start? I mean, when did you start?
When? I started June 6th. I've been out here for a little over 4 months now.
Wow.
As you can tell by my beard, you know.
Seems like you're making pretty good progress, really. That's about as early as you can get away, right? End of May, 1st of June?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Baxter State Park opens up at the end of May. And the weekend I started, there was 80 southbounders.
Okay.
And so going through the 100-mile wilderness, you know, every shelter you go to, you're meeting all these new people, you know, 10, 15 plus people, so.
Could you get in the shelters generally, or did you have to tent?
Oh, yeah, I tried sleeping in the shelters one night, and I have like a kind of a bad thermarest, you know, like really thin. And so I had a horrible night's sleep with my back, so I sleep in a hammock. I've been sleeping in my hammock ever since, man. I love it.
Yeah, Suzanne's got a hammock. I'm in a little tarp tent. So what's your trail name?
I'm Funk Train.
Okay, how'd you get it?
I was, it was kind of like a dreary day. We were in the southern part of Maine, and if you guys know about that, southern part of Maine is really tough. And
that's what I've been hearing.
So yeah, I was hiking with about 4 guys at the time, and we were having a tough day. And I was like, you know what, screw that. So I took out my phone, started blasting some Stevie Wonder, and 2 guys were in front of me, and I just ran through freaking like freaking some funky music, and they were like, oh, is that the Funk Train coming through?
Funk Train, like, okay. There you go. So now you got it.
So yeah.
So
bringing the good vibes, you know.
We were talking about the UNCW shirt there. My daughter graduated a couple of years ago. She's 25. She went to UNCW.
Nice.
What year were you there?
I was there. I just graduated in May.
Okay.
I played Ultimate Frisbee there. Got a lot of pride for it. And so this is the jersey I had last year there.
I thought it looked like a jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from when you're not on the trail?
I still live in Wilmington.
Oh, no kidding. Wow, that's a small town.
Yeah, it's great. I got a job right out of college, and they let me do this trail before I got started full time. So
Tell you what, when you see this video in 2 or 3 weeks, it takes me a little while to get all these edited and stick them together. Leave me a message on YouTube, man. Somehow I'll get a hold of you. Suzanne and I'll buy you a burrito at Flamin' Amy's.
Oh man, that sounds good to me, man.
Now, is your buddy from Wilmington too, or just somebody you met up with?
I met him about 150 miles south of Katahdin. He's from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, that's still our neck of the woods there.
Yeah, so we're hiking home pretty much.
Well, I guess you answered the other question I like to ask is how do you get that much time? I see you just graduated, so you took a good opportunity. When do you think you'll make Springer?
As long as it's before Thanksgiving, man. Right now it's looking at somewhere between, like, in the teens of November.
Nice. How many miles you getting through Virginia here?
Ooh, man.
On the average day?
I'm probably hitting about 20 to 25 right now.
Yeah, nice. You got some nice stuff coming up. McAfee's just up around the corner, probably about 1.5 miles from here.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it, man.
First little turnout's not it. There was a through hiking couple there. I thought they were on it. I'm like,
really?
no, guys, you got to go about another 80 feet, 80 yards up the mountain, and you'll see it.
Oh, yeah. It's the iconic picture of the AT,
That's
man.
it. All right, well, I won't keep you any longer. Godspeed in your travels, and thanks for your time.
Appreciate it. Take care.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good. Funk Train, your buddy up there a few paces ahead of you, is telling me that you were behind him, and you're from South Carolina?
Yeah, Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, yeah, nice. What's your trail name?
Honey Bun.
Honey Bun, how'd you get it?
My man bun.
Oh, okay, there you go.
The girl said I was sweet, so I was Honey Bun.
Well, that's a good thing, I guess. So, did you guys start together, or just?
We met in Caratunk.
Okay, where's that?
In Maine.
Okay.
About, I think it's like 200 miles in around there.
Yeah, I hear a lot of you kind of buddy up with like pace, you know, and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and somebody, and makes the days go by a little quicker. Have you seen any bears or any problems with wildlife?
I
Any
seen
bears,
2 bear
mice?
cubs, but
Yeah.
ran away as soon as I seen them.
Good. Yeah. So, how do you get this much time to come out here and hike 2,100 miles?
I still get paid from the military and also my family business. I
yeah?
work a lot of overtime, save some money up.
What branch were you in?
Marine Corps.
Yeah. So, are you on terminal leave or?
Oh, I'm out now. Yeah, I've been out for a few years now.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Good. I was in the Air Force for 5 years, a long time ago. So, why? Why do you want to hike 2,200 miles? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't
what's
figured that
motivating
out
you?
yet.
What's driving you?
What's driving me now is the fact that I can't quit. I've already come too far.
Yeah, you
and
can't
even when I
quit.
started, I couldn't quit anyway. It's not in my blood, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just each day, you just tell yourself it's just not much further, and you get closer and closer every day.
Yeah. You're coming up to some nice stuff through Damascus and Watauga Lake, and of course the Smokies, Dragon's Tooth.
Oh yeah.
McAfee's a mile and
Yeah,
a
Funk
half
Train
up
said
there.
he's hiked all that before when he was younger, so he's telling me about it. I've been hearing about it for thousands of miles.
Yeah, that's good. All right, man. I appreciate your time.
Oh, no
Godspeed
problem.
in your travels, and be safe.
Thank you.
All righty. Morning.
Morning.
Getting your way, you're coming down this hill full barrel. Katahdin southbounder?
Yes, sir.
All right, when'd you start?
Started July 28th.
All right, July 28th.
July 28th.
All right,
Should
that's
be
the latest
finished.
date I've heard so far.
Yep.
You're cooking.
Should be finished first week of November.
All righty, how many miles a day on average are you cutting through Virginia here?
In the mid-20s.
Okay. When you took off from Katahdin, how was southern Maine? Everybody tells me that's the toughest section.
It's rocky, rooty, and muddy.
Yeah. Did you like? Has that been your favorite section so far? Or?
I think Massachusetts.
Okay.
I enjoyed the rolling farm country. That was kind of cool.
That's nice. Suppose I should get your trail name before I forget.
No worries.
No worries. Okay, I got it. How'd you get it?
If you stick around with me long enough, I say it a lot. So
Okay, no worries.
No worries.
Alrighty. How'd you get this much time to come out and hike 2,100 some odd miles?
2.5 years ago, I quit my job, sold my house, most of my cars, most of my stuff, and have just been hiking and traveling and doing missions since.
Doing mission trips?
Mm-hmm.
Where's some of those taking you?
New Zealand and Nepal so far.
All right. Do you have any other long treks in mind, or is this the first one, second one?
This is the first really, really long trek. Before this was the Annapurna circuit in Nepal.
Okay, I've seen that in Backpacker magazine. That's beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. It's
yeah. Was that just a trip, or were you doing some kind of mission work over there? Or?
I was over there to help rebuild a primary school about 10K from the earthquake they had there.
Yeah, excellent, commendable. So everything we've touched upon is probably part of your reason you're out here, but is there anything else, I mean, that drives you? I mean, what's motivating you underneath all of this to hike this distance?
Just always wanted to hike this trail, and this is just a really good opportunity to do it.
Alrighty. Do you have a favorite trail meal that you make yourself instead of a mountain house?
Oh, I don't do the mountain house.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I do, for dinner, usually the Knorr rice sides with a foil pack of tuna. Yeah. Favorite Knorr rice side is the white cheddar queso.
Alrighty. Well, as you know, I mean, if you haven't been through this section here, it's a magnificent. We're on this section. We were out Friday and Saturday, and you know it was pouring rain, and we were just begging for Monday, and it cleared like clockwork. It's beautiful. Dragon's Tooth like to kill us climbing down it, coming down. So you got a steep climb going up.
Oh yeah.
Rebar, and some of it looks like they could almost use a cable in some sections, but it's not there.
Shouldn't be anything worse than New Hampshire.
Did I ask you where you call home when you're not here?
Dalton, Georgia.
Okay.
The capital of the world.
All right, there you go. All right, well, I won't hold you any longer. Be safe, Godspeed in your travels, and good luck getting down to Georgia.
All right, thank you, no worries.
All righty.
30 minutes, not wasting. These are just incredible mountains.
Morning.
Good morning.
I see you tucked down here out of the little wind we had. Yeah. This is a lot less than yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. It was windy up on top of Tinker.
Yeah, that's where we're headed. So you're a Katahdin southbounder?
Yeah.
When'd you start?
Started first.
Oh,
I would have fallen down here.
Say again, you started when?
1st of June.
All right. Seems like you're making pretty good progress. I've interviewed about maybe 15 people. Okay. We got on in Virginia 621. We're going up to Daleville on this, and that's it. Right. Tell me your trail name.
Boogie Pilgrim.
Boogie Pilgrim. Yeah. Okay. How'd you get it?
Myself. It's the name of an old Elton John song.
Oh, okay. Now that you mention it.
One of my old favorites. And it fits for what kind of how I feel.
Yeah. So why do you want to hike 2,100 miles? What's driving you? I mean, what's behind it, man? What's the motivation?
Gosh, it's been a long process. I love hiking. I love to get out here. The sense of adventure, being out and being away from all the craziness that's going on in the world for once.
That's
especially
right.
This election year.
Oh, especially. I've heard that more than once this year. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Nobody wants to put up with that mess. So what's been your favorite section so far that you've gone through?
Gosh, it's tough, but Maine in general, Katahdin was, I thought, the perfect way to end the trail. That's great. Good. And I hit it on a good day, which helps. And the White Mountains, challenging, but a thrill.
Yeah.
A little scary at times as well. But
When do you anticipate making Georgia down there at Springer Mountain?
I wish I could say. Every time I try to predict something, I'm completely wrong. So I'm letting it go. I'm praying I'll make it before it gets too cold.
Yeah, you got probably through November. You pick up some winter gear. I don't know what you got with you, but it'll be getting colder.
Already this last night was pretty cold. So.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cold last night. I put my hood up on my mummy bag. All right, well, I won't keep you any longer. I want to wish you safe travels, Godspeed in your travel, and be safe.
Nice. Thank
you.
How's it going?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. It's a beautiful day to be hiking.
Yeah, I see you charging, man. We were just talking. You're Katahdin southbounder?
Yes, sir.
When'd you leave?
I started on June 4th.
Okay. Nice. What's been the best section for you so far?
Best section. I think terrain-wise, definitely up north Maine. The Whites was just gorgeous. It was very rewarding every time you summit something.
Yeah.
And,
Except for the
sweat, but
the views. What about difficulty though? What's been the most difficult section?
Difficulty. In different ways, yeah. Physically, the climbs up north. Pennsylvania was kind of tough just because of water deficiency.
Oh wow.
Just some dry season, some heat, but I don't know. The mental game is starting to kick in now, and it's just crunching down those last 700 miles.
Yeah. What's your trail name?
Thumper.
Thumper? Okay.
Yeah.
I always ask, how'd you get it? There's always a story.
Yeah, definitely. They some friends. I met a couple guys, and I've traveled with them for over 1,400 miles now, and they say I move on the trail like a jackrabbit, just kind of hopping around.
Thumper.
Being quick, and then I also hand whittled a pair of drumsticks using a hiking stick that I snapped in half.
Okay.
So I'm always kind of thumping around.
Do you play drums or?
Stuff. Yeah, I played for 14 years.
Yeah, nice.
It's driving me crazy not being able to play out here. But
how do you get this much time?
You make it.
That's what I hear. Quit your job, maybe.
25 years old. There's a lot to do in life. There's still a lot of things to see and do. So jobs can wait. There's always going to be a job somewhere. So pretty much just worked hard, saved up the money, took the time off, left the house, dropped my cat off, and
there you go.
You do what you got to do.
Who's got the cat? Parents?
A friend of mine.
Friend?
So.
Yeah. Here's a big question. Why? 2,100 some odd miles. I mean, what motivates you? What's behind it? What's driving you?
A lot of people would say that we're crazy out here, A lot of people don't understand it, and I don't expect them to until they come out and do it. But for me, it wasn't so much the the challenge of VAT. It wasn't ever like a thing, I wanted to do in life. It's just the adventure, the ability to put yourself out in a position for 6 months where there's no obligations, and you have that ability to accept anything thrown at you daily is incredible to me.
Well, you look strong. I don't see anything getting in your way unless you trip and fall off a Tinker Cliffs or something. But yeah.
No, it'll take more than that. I'll crawl there if I have to at this point.
So you're thinking about when for
shooting
spring?
For November 20th.
Get home in time for Thanksgiving or someplace,
sir,
huh?
That's the one.
I see your shorts say Army. Were you in the Army or?
I was not. But
okay. They're nice shorts in terms of hiking. Yeah.
They're quick. They're
bring them out.
Well, logical. That's all that matters.
So where are you going tonight? What shelter?
Just before the Knob, Campbell Shelter.
Yeah, it's not too far. We just left there earlier.
Yeah, and then I think actually, surprisingly, the Naday Shelter, which I think is about a 25 from Campbell, is 4 generations in my family.
When you say in your family, what do you mean? They visited there or hiked there?
It was named after the Nadays. My grandparents' grandparents used to be successful farmers in Virginia way back when.
Yeah.
And I guess that was their part of land that eventually became,
so
conservation.
They ceded the right or sold it out to the trail. Do you even know how it goes?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the land was actually taken, but I know the shelter's named after him.
What's the name of the shelter again?
Naday.
Naday.
Yep.
I'll have to look it up.
N-I-D-A-Y.
Look it up on the trail guy. That's a bit of tidbit there on your family shelter is pretty cool too.
That's right. Yeah. That's what I didn't know I had any kind of ties to the trail.
Yeah.
Until you get out here.
There you go. Well, Godspeed in your travels, man. Be safe.
Yeah. Always. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Morning.
Good morning.
It's risky out today, huh?
Sure is. Feels good.
Not as bad as Sunday night though. What is Monday night? Sunday night. Sunday night was cold.
Yeah, it's definitely getting the first taste of fall now.
Yeah, you were telling me you're a Katahdin southbounder. When'd you leave?
Left July 16.
Okay. Run into any issues getting out of town up there? Any snow or anything like that?
No, everything's been good. Probably the coldest weather we've experienced was up in Mount Washington. that was expected there.
What was your favorite section so far?
I'd say Massachusetts actually, which is certainly an oddball state for most people to choose, but for me it was the gateway into New England, sort of leaving Maine to New Hampshire, and the flora changed drastically to more deciduous forest and more recognizable.
So, how many bears have you seen along the way?
Oh, that's 4. Unfortunately, no too close encounters.
No, that's great. What's your trail name?
Name's Corn.
Corn.
C-O-R-N.
C-O-R-N. How'd you get it?
Back home, I make and paint cornhole boards. It's like a beanbag toss game. So I have a little artistic ability. So one night I was kind of bragging about my skill and abilities. So
they call you
Corn.
Corn. Yeah, there's always a story. Speaking of back home, where do you call home when you're not out here on the trail?
Rockville, Maryland.
Okay.
So not too far from here.
Yeah. When do you think you're going to make Springer?
I'm thinking probably second week in November.
All right.
Right about 4 months.
You got some really nice stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Right up the road here, right up the trail.
Knobs later today.
All the Tinker Cliffs are great too. And then Damascus, Lake Watauga area is beautiful. All right, man, here comes the big question. Why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles? I mean, what's motivating you? What's the driving factor there?
Well, to be honest, I lost my father back in April.
Okay.
And, it's just a long year of taking care of him and him being sick.
Oh, my goodness.
For me to decompress and
All right.
And kind of cut loose from from the daily responsibilities and just enjoy myself out here. So it's been great so far. Glad to be out here. Looking forward to finishing.
All right. Is this your partner?
Sure is. This is Smoky.
Just tell him to do it, and I'll just take off with him.
There. Go on in.
Smoky. All right. I already know your trail name. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. He was telling me, did you guys leave together as a team? Or all right.
Yeah, we
Excellent.
started in Maine.
So you're both from the same town, or?
Yep.
All right. What? I was asking him, how'd you get your name? The trail name, Smoky.
Well, I started out with a wood burning stove. And when we were up north, the only thing to burn up there is pine.
Yeah.
So I would be sitting there covered in smoke. I always smelled like smoke. So she called me Smoky.
So tell me, why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles? What's behind that, man? What's driving you? What's the motivating factor there?
I'd say 50%. I'll find out.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, I had an opportunity, and just do it while you're young.
Yeah. How do you get this much time off? You in between jobs, school?
Yeah, I'm in between jobs right now.
That's a common theme. I quit my job. I made time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good time to do it.
Well, I won't hold you fellas any longer. I know you're staying warm here. It's a little brisk today, so thanks a lot and Godspeed in your travels.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You were just telling me you're Katahdin southbounder. When'd you leave?
I left June 2nd.
June 2nd? Everything going okay so far?
Yep. It's been a great trip so far. Really enjoying it.
What's been your favorite section?
The whites.
The
in
whites.
New Hampshire. Yeah. The views were just something else.
Yeah. Now, what about in terms of like difficulty and all that? What's been the most difficult section?
Southern Maine and the whites were most difficult physically, but Pennsylvania got pretty rough with the rocks mentally.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
That was a
Yeah.
drain, but.
And now you're in the state that never ends, right?
Yeah. Now. Yeah.
You know, you got about 600 miles or so.
About 700 left.
700,
Mhm.
yeah.
About 300 left in Virginia.
You smelling Thanksgiving at home, possibly, or?
Yeah, that's definitely motivating me to
All
get
right.
home for that feast.
What's your trail name before I forget to ask you?
Scruffy.
Scruffy? How'd you get it, man? There's always a story.
I was hiking with a girl for the first month, and after a month, she was like, "You're starting to look a little scruffy," and I was like, "All right, I guess I'll roll with that."
Okay, Scruffy. There you go. Yeah. So where do you call home when you're not out here?
Thomasville, Georgia.
Thomasville,
South
Georgia.
So I'm hiking home, I guess.
So you don't have a very far to go for a pickup then, if
No.
whoever's picking you up.
Not at all.
You're going to do the approach trail, go down that too, or you're going to just get off on Springer?
I'll see how I feel
once
I get to Springer, but that would be a cool way to finish it, I think, doing the
Yeah.
approach trail.
So here comes the big question, man. Why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles? What's behind it? What's
Well,
driving you?
Well, I backpacked a lot when I was in Boy Scouts, and kind of got away from it. I went to college, and then my freshman year of college, I found out I had cancer. So
Wow.
So while I was in the hospital receiving chemo, I followed the blog of a family friend who hiked the AT Southbound, and so while I was in the hospital feeling pretty crappy, I thought, like, when I get out of here and I beat this, I'm gonna go and do that. So after 3.5 years of chemo, graduated college, University of Georgia, go Dogs, and then I was declared cancer free, and I was like, well, this is the time to do it. So struck out June 2nd, and I'm
Great
two-thirds
story.
done.
Great
Yeah.
story. How much time then from the chemo to out here? I'm sure you had a little bit of recovery time, or?
I received my last chemo September 1st, 2015.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated
okay.
this past May.
Yeah.
And then I started June 2nd. So.
Well, that's great. That's a happy ending there. That's a good story to hear and a good motivator.
Yeah, definitely.
I can tell you're going to make it. You look strong. What's 700 miles in the scheme of what you've hiked already?
Exactly.
Although
yeah.
they say the trail gets tougher at its ends, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, man. I won't hold you any longer. Godspeed in your travels. Be safe.
All right.
Thanks
Thank you
a lot.
very much.
Yeah. Thank you.